Welcome everybody. This is Jeanne-Marie Paynel here for your weekly Q&A. And today I wanted to talk about Montessori parenting. I know there are a lot of questions there, so I want to jump right in to the live Q&A and answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, please post them below and I will take time to answer them all as soon as I am done. So first of all, thumbs up. Hope you can see me and hear me. I'm not sure I can see anybody just yet. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Jeanne-Marie Paynel. I am the owner and founder of Voila Montessori, where I guide and encourage and mentor all of you to be the very best parent you can be. I bring my Montessori and positive discipline trainings to the table to just help you have the tools and the strategies to enjoy this parenting journey. So welcome everybody. And as I said, today I want to jump right into today's topic, which is about Montessori parenting. So first and foremost, Montessori parenting is really about following our children. Meaning that we all have very individual, special children. They are unique. Your child is about your child. It is not about, comparing or seeing what other people are doing and such. So it's really about following your child. And to that effect, it's also about learning a little bit about child development and such. So, what I like to just remind you is, as I said, it's about following your child. Each child is different, and it is about really guiding them and their unique needs. How we do that is observation, meaning that we need to slow down and really observe them, really see what they are doing, that we can maybe, and when I say observe, it's not about judging or having expectations or anything like that. It's really about seeing what they're doing just for the sake of seeing it. So it's not, she's looking out the window at the bird. No. You don't know what I'm looking at the window at, right? I just turn my head over to that side. You don't even know there's a window there, right? So it's about really just seeing things for what they are. And this will help us be able to guide our child, to be able to give them the tools that they need to master the next thing that they're trying to do. Because Montessori is really about the guidance. It's really about us being their guide. I always say that, we are not our children's servants. We are their guide. So we're not here to do things for them. We are here to help them figure things out for themselves. And we know, and I think if you have a young child at home, that they're often telling you, let me do it, right? At least the younger ones are, let me do it. Maybe when they get older, they're like, you do it. But in most situations, children want that independence. And that's what Montessori is about. So Montessori is really not a curriculum to follow and to check off boxes and to do specific activities or anything like that. It's really a guide to understand human development. So, in other words, it's a guide to understand your child and what their needs are. So that's really, for me, the basis of it. It's to help you understand what your child needs and to be able to guide them. So take time to slow down and be at their pace, because that's what really it's all about. The other thing is about seeing the environment, seeing your home through their lens, from their perspective. So in Montessori, in Montessori jargon, we call this the prepared environment. I like to think of it as preparing our home for a special guest. You know, when you have some friends coming over, or an elderly aunt or family member that's going to come over to spend a few days with you, you look at the environment, you readjust, you prepare the guest room, or you might move out of your room and give your room. I know I had to do that one time when my in-laws came. We didn't have a guest room yet, things like that. So you prepare the environment, you prepare yourself, and that's what it's all about. So the only difference is that your child is going to be staying around for quite some time, right? So you're preparing the environment, and that environment is also going to evolve as their needs change, as their needs develop. So we are first preparing it for the newborn. Actually, last week's live, and you can see it in the video, was all about preparing the environment for a newborn. So here I'm talking in general terms. See it from their perspective. I often suggest with the families that I work with, get down on all fours and crawl around the environment. Really see it physically from their perspective, or sit down on the floor and see from their perspective, because oftentimes, we prepare our environment for our needs, for our adult needs. Our visual sense is up high, the artwork is up high, all of that. Consider, for example, just some family photos or some artwork. Consider bringing it down to their level so that it is prepared for them as well. So crawl around, think of it as a special guest that you have. And remember that it's not about the activities. It's more about involving them in daily life. I see a lot of Montessori activities and, hashtag Montessori and all of this, that are all of these kind of cute looking little activities. For me, that's not what it's about. It's really about empowering them to do things for themselves. So yes, there are activities that we kind of break up because we want them to master a certain skill before they can move on to the next one. But that's not what it's only about. It's really about giving them the tools to master certain things that they are wanting to master. Because one of the beauty of Montessori is understanding that our child arrives ready to learn, ready to explore and to adapt and all of that. So we just need to take time to observe what their needs are and then give them those tools. And also, be very mindful that, as I said earlier, it's not a curriculum. And it's definitely not a comparison guide. So get out of that comparison trap of, but this child is doing this, or, the beautiful Instagram photos you might see and things like that. No, this is about following your child. So I hope that helps. And then lastly, another point that I want to bring up is this idea that they are watching our every move. Montessori talked to us about how the first 6 years of life, our children have an absorbent mind. They have a brain that is absorbing everything. And when I say everything, it's everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So be vigilant. You need to model the very best. If you have certain expectations of how your child should be acting, then you need to be acting that way. Because they are watching our every move. And this is how they are going to learn to be humans on this planet, right? We are their guides as to what it means to be human on this planet. So, it's kind of a big responsibility that we have. And at the same time, I want you to know that if you mess up, That's okay. And it's actually quite good because you are modeling what it is to be human. And humans make mistakes. And that mistakes are always, always opportunities to learn. So be okay with making mistakes in front of them and speak up, let them know. I always say when, for example, when I was driving, I would, if maybe I didn't stop or something that I did that could have that wasn't perfect or such, I would just voice it. Oh my gosh, mommy just made a mistake or such. I need to pay attention or really look in my rearview mirror, whatever it was. Or if you're in the house doing something, or if you misspoke, sometimes it's about our communication with them. Please be okay with making mistakes, and please apologize, because this is how they are going to learn that it's not about perfection. It's about the process of, how we evolve and how we learn. So that's really some of the major points. Of course, Montessori is a lot more, but I don't want to get into a whole curriculum here or explain all of the theory. For me, it's really, an understanding of human development, an understanding of what our needs are at different times of our lives. So I emphasize my zone of expertise in Montessori and positive discipline is birth through 6 years. Those first 6 years are the foundation for the rest of our lives. So I put a lot of emphasis on that and really want to encourage you to set a good foundation for your child. So I am not seeing if there are questions. If you have questions, like I said, please go ahead and post them. Whoops. Go ahead and post them below. As of now, I don't see anything, but I see there's some of you here. So thank you for being here, and for all of you watching on the replay, let me know where you are watching this from. I always love to know how wide this community is. And one thing also that I wanted to share with you that is important for me today is that I am preparing a live workshop for you next week. So I actually won't be on live next week because I have prepared an extensive workshop for you. I get a lot of questions about getting children to listen and cooperate and all of that. So I've created a live workshop, a free live workshop for you that is called End Cleanup Battles Without Yelling or Bribing or Doing It Yourself. It's about building respectful relationships to gain cooperation, manage tantrums, and parent with more ease. So this is a free live workshop. I will put the link right below for you to sign up. Seats are limited, so choose the time and day that best fits you, and I will see you there live. So I do have a question here that came in that is about how to hold on here. Sorry. Enjoying this very much. Oh, from Philadelphia, Amanda. Thank you. So Amanda, do you have young children? What are their ages? And have you set up your Montessori home? So one thing that I do want to, emphasize is that the Montessori, when we say preparing the Montessori home, it's not just a shelf with toys, right? It's really about considering the entire home, because at first, and as I did the live, last week about the nursery and such, when the child starts being mobile, they're going to crawl off that, movement mat. They're going to go explore. So make sure that the entire home, or at least the rooms that they have access to, are what we call a yes space, a safe space, that you're not worried or concerned that they're going to get into something and damage something or hurt themselves and such. So being really mindful of that. If there are things that you need to get out of the way, get them out of the way. This is temporary. This is only a short moment in time. They won't be this young forever. So being mindful of that. And then once they start walking, then it's a whole other realm of explorations. Their hands are there wanting to have, oh my goodness, what is going on? Sorry about that. I thought I had taken off all my notifications. Get back into focus. So once they are around the home, walking, their hands are free to do work, because up until then they've needed their hands to move around. There, it's really important to, consider the kitchen, consider the bathroom, all of these places where they need to start being involved and start doing things for themselves. So really important to be looking at the entire environment. It's not just the toy shelf. So let me see here. And good to have you here, Liz, as well. Wonderful. So quick reminder, next week is my live free workshop, End Cleanup Battles Without Yelling or Bribing or Doing It Yourself. And I invite you to join me. The seats are limited, so I will put the link right below. And really thank you for all of you here and watching the replay. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be back to answer them all. And I hope to see you all next week in my free live workshops. Alrighty. Oh, there is one question that came in here. I'm pretty new to Montessori concepts and looking into different ways to help my 3-year-old daughter. Newly in March, she has a playroom, although toys end up throughout the house and the playroom gets out of hand. She has way too many toys, but uses them all for different things. How do you protect? Well, you know what? This is exactly what I will be talking about in my live workshop. It's all around this idea that we tend to have way too many toys, and that we can be really, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, that we need to really be mindful about all of that. So let me see here. There are some other questions. So yes, I invite you to come and watch the End the Cleanup Battles free live workshop. I will be talking about all of these different points, but it's really, what I talked about earlier is that observation, like, is she really using all of them? Can you rotate some of them? Can you simplify the playroom? Because for me, the environment is not only for your child, but it's also for you, So if you're spending a lot of time picking things up and kind of having these battles of cleanup, then you need to take a lot of things into considerations. So hopefully you can join me there. So thank you, Elizabeth, for that. And Amanda, I have a 2-year-old daughter. She attends a Montessori school, and we also have set up our home in a Montessori style. Bravo. Very, very nice. We have used Monty Kids since she was 6 months. Wonderful. And for those of you who don't know, Monty Kids is a subscription service that delivers very high quality toys. You can find that on my favorite products on my website. Highly recommend them. Zara, who is the founder of it, is a dear friend, and really recommend all of these. We have also tried to involve her in our home activities, 2-year-old, home activities as much as possible, but as she's growing so much now, I feel like I always need to keep up. Yes. And tips for including her with laundry. Yes, all of that. Good. I'm glad you will attend the workshop. And it's true, to me, what's important also with understanding kind of Montessori is being just one step ahead of the game so that you can not predict or expect, but we do all have pretty universal milestones. So when you kind of have an idea of the different evolutions that they're going to be in, you can prepare that. And that's a lot of the work that I do with the parents is just letting them be just one step ahead of the game. So, and I'm glad you will be with us, Amanda, for the live. Elizabeth says, I can't wait. Well, thank you. And again, thank you all for being here and for all of you watching the replay. And again, I will put the link down below for my parenting workshop that I am doing next week. It is a free live workshop, End Cleanup Battles Without Yelling or Bribing it or Doing It Yourself. I'll see you there. Thanks for now, and thanks for being here. Bye-bye.